security things, and they hoarded their money, and then they bought up a ton of banks that were in trouble, and are now the 10th largest bank in the United States. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Or have you moved up to 9?
8 in North America.
We're aiming for number 1, right?
Which is pretty incredible. And we have had a couple of people introduce themselves, and we had Gary give a little presentation on some properties that are available through ICI World, which is pretty incredible organization, and they're responsible for this technology that we're having here today, that we can take a session here and we can broadcast it anywhere from the world. Gary, who you heard talking a few minutes ago, is in the Toronto area in Canada, and just a little background: the Toronto Real Estate Board has 37,000 members, which makes it the largest real estate board in the world. And that represents over a third of all the real estate practitioners in Canada alone. There's over 1 million in the United States as realtors, but in Canada it's usually 10-to-1 ratio. The population is one-tenth of the United States. You from French Canada?
I came here from Toronto.
From Toronto?
Yeah.
Toronto is one of the most cosmopolitan areas that you can imagine. And if you want to learn about international real estate, you should come up with me one time when I'm visiting my grandson. Okay, so what I have on here is a little bit of a presentation just to give you an idea of what we would like to do. And we all have different properties that we're wanting to market, and the whole idea, I think, is that you want to make money in selling these properties. And its bottom line is, the commission, right? And there are people, and 40% of international buyers are coming from Canada. It's pretty incredible. In spite of all the diversity in language that we have here, you can actually deal with people from Canada by speaking English. And of course, and French. And in French, French in Canada is different than French. So,
excuse me, Michael, can I ask a question?
Sure.
I just wanted, it's actually more of a point of information. I'm recording this right now, if that's okay with everyone. If there's anyone that is not interested in having it recorded and maybe playing back on YouTube at a future time, you should let us know now. I can shut it off now. But if it's okay, we'll record it and try to get you more promo after this event today through the YouTube.
Yeah, we sent a notice out to everybody, so everybody here is in agreement. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Carry on.
Okay, thank you, Gary. So, the point is that, we all have different backgrounds and different diversity and different points of interest, but the bottom line is we all want to, make a living, right? If we want to be, outrageous in our lifestyle, or if we want to have a humble lifestyle, that's a choice that we have, and that's a freedom that we have in America, which is great. And but if we don't make anything, then all what we're doing here is redundant and a waste of time. And that's what we're trying to do here, is make it up close and personal, dealing with people that are trading in real estate and possibilities. And we don't have to go to the middle of Europe to get international buyers. Canada, as much as it's thought as the little brother, and they get the feeling of a little bit of disrespect in some regards. And there's other countries, I'm sure, in the world that have that same scenario, but they are an international entity. In spite of what our organization here calls them domestic, they have a different culture. They have a different way of dealing things. I mean, that's what it's about. When you play a game of hockey against Canadians, you'll know the intensity of their passion, and they are maybe a little more humbly arrogant than Americans, but they do have their pride, like people from all different countries that we're representing here. You were born in that country, and you have a pride in that country. You may not like what's happened with some of the politics and issues there, but you still, it's in you. I'm a born Canadian, and I have this Canadian pride that will never go away. I'm an American citizen, but I'm still have this connection with Canada, and it's incredible. So what I want to try to do is make it practical. So when you have a property, I'd like to be able to do it on overhead. And I think this thing has gone backwards, but let me just go ahead. Yeah, so this is basically what we're trying to do here. So we're doing this international financing with the TD Bank, and the technology is sponsored by ICI World. So here's a property that I have listed in North Reddington or Reddington Beach, CIPS Beach Club. We have a nice little overview of the picture here. We can have a price of $647,000 because we're dealing internationally, and this can be promoted internationally. With U.S. dollars. There's a difference today between Canada and U.S. dollars, right? And Canada's on the upper side right now.
Now, Michael, you can also put it on like Emily has a place in Sweden she'd like to.
Absolutely.
You can put it anywhere.
And here's some inside shots. And so if we each get organized and we send the pictures in, and I'll coordinate it initially, and then we'll figure out where it goes from there. I can't be spending my whole life doing this, but if we want to market internationally, this gives us a good resource. And then this is the content information. Here's one that lands in a 2-bedroom Gulf front unit for $577. So this is my picture of the properties that the ones that I have. So it doesn't look bad as a presentation, does it? And you get a good feeling of it. And people are giving presentations, but I'm dyslexic, and I sometimes write numbers down backwards or wrong. Now we're going to be able to access this information. We can go to these webinars, pick it up. Or if somebody misses one of these sessions, and we're going to try to make them interesting and better all the time, then you can go and look at it, it's midnight, whatever the case may be. And then again, the contact information. And we're trying to promote this concept of the CIPS, not because it makes you any money today, but it gives you a network of people that you can deal with that are in Tampa, in Costa Rica, and Ecuador, or wherever we have free market in real estate. And there's people that want to make money, like you.
Can I
Yes.
ask a question?
Okay.
A couple of years ago, I got certified that it was TRC.
Mm-hmm.
What is the difference between the two?
Transnational certified is it used to be a category that NAR recognized, but they had a divorce and they split off from World Properties, and it gives you a very superficial introduction, and there are certain networking, but you can have a list of 1,000 names or 10,000 names, but if you don't get out and meet the people and talk to the people, you still don't know who you can trust. Does this sound like what people do when they deal with us in real estate? They got to know us and they got to trust us, and you need to build these networks, and you need to communicate with people, which brings me to the next point.
Is it real
what we're
hard to
gonna do
get
here.
the CIPS?
Actually,
CIPS.
if you're available on Wednesday, Carlos is doing CIPS, which is fantastic.
Across the bridge.
Okay.
But here is a great opportunity. This for the value that's it costs. I mean, you can't go to Europe and all these types of places. We have a tremendous market just in the Caribbean and in South America, which is a good close proximity to where we are. And if you go to Europe, the flights cost over $1,000 to go over there, right?
That's cheap.
And here you can go on this cruise for less than $1,000 for 7 days, and includes all the food and the hotels and everything else. And we did one last September, and I had a lot of my family go along because we didn't have a large turnout of realtors. But we visited Belize, we visited Mexico in 2 stops there, and went to international development there. We went to Honduras, Roatan, and visited some properties there. I met some people that wanted to buy in Belize, for heaven's sake, on the ship.
Wow.
Talk about networking and making contacts. So I referred it to the person, and she did a presentation here on doing real estate in Belize. And another amazing factor is that there's millions of Americans that are retiring abroad. These are your clients, and you don't even know about it. You need to be in tune to this and find out, because they can retire in Costa Rica for at least a third or a quarter of the cost of what it does to retire in America. There's millions in Mexico that can live on less than a half of what it costs to live in the United States. So people are making these decisions because their pensions and their funds aren't going up because you guys aren't giving us enough interest in the TD Bank. But they have answers for those problems too. But that's because the interest rates are low. We used to whine and complain when we borrowed money because the interest rates were high, right? Now that we're in that point near the retirement, we're whining and complaining that they aren't higher so that we can get better return on our investments. But we have to live with reality. So think of this when we're doing one in January out of Tampa, going to the same places.
And what are you doing on those books?
Well, we're going to go to that next slide, and you just introduced me to the next slide. She's a great girl. But here's the cost for a basic cabin: $599 per person. That's two per cabin, but that's still pretty darn good. And this is the Norwegian cruise ship, and it's pretty incredible. And they have some Canadian talent on there. And you can get a suite for $1,100. And you could be a single person, and it would cost you $1,200. So the whole idea is that we're going to meet realtors on board, meet realtors at ports of call that are foreign, people from Mexico, from Honduras, and from Belize. And of course, just not that you have to be in somebody's face and be obnoxious, and you talk to somebody. I'm sitting on the deck, I'm taking pictures of the incredible sunset, and we engage in a conversation. That was the lady that's going to buy in Belize. So she's been down there once, and it's going to happen. And then you met somebody else in a hot tub that's originally from Taiwan, that's living in Washington area, that wants to buy in Florida. And, it's incredible. I met another gentleman just the other day that is American. He's a professional tennis player, and he set up a school in Germany. He stayed there for 20 years. Now he's coming back with his girlfriend, and they want to buy a place in Florida. Of course, everybody wants deals, right?
Yeah.
But here's some of the things that we're going to discuss on there: retiring in these different countries, and the cost of living. And there's magazines that are produced by non-realtors, and we need to get involved in this kind of stuff. This is a big market, and make sure that we connect with the people that are legitimate and that are trained properly. Part of the CIPS thing, at least the person that you're dealing with has enough brains to pass the course, right? Because there are a lot of people that aren't as smart as we are. The fact that you're here today shows that you have an intelligence level above the average real estate person. Is that fair, Kathy?
It's like you want to think out of the box.
That's it. So, in any case, there's lots of different topics that we're going to be discussing. And we're going to do a CIPS doing business in the U.S. I talked to them at NAR about this. Why would you do that? Well, because we want to attract people from Canada, from the UK, that will take this cruise with us, and this gives us an opportunity. But you guys need to support these things. I mean, if we don't, then they go away, and it doesn't cost you anything at this point. And then we're going to try to do some pre and post cruises, and anyhow, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And was there anything else that you? So there's a discount if you order. Book me to it before I get September the 27th or October 27th, $100 or $50 off. So.
Well, for my part, it's a great opportunity to get the CIPS training and to see the properties that you might want to list, work with other realtors in other countries, because we are going to have other agents and people in Belize to meet you, so you will have an opportunity to meet some of the agents in these countries. So that's a very, very important item. It's worth the time and money. In September, in January, and it's a good time to go.
That's why I changed it from September to January, because a lot of people from Canada say, "Oh, I don't want to come down to Florida. It's September." Okay, now I'm looking to try to pull up this. Is this from Tampa Realtors? That's us. Hey, it's here for the Tampa Realtors. Okay, and you want me to start the slideshow?
TD stands for
guess what?
That's right.
And without any further ado, we would like to welcome to you think financing isn't important in a transaction when I guess you shouldn't be in this business. Most people don't pay cash. That's right.
Well, again, I'm Eric Lowemeyer. I'm the store manager actually on a Rhinelander location in Largo, Florida. And this again is Renee. I'm sorry, I'm going to call him Renee. Renee Bigley. I would just want to talk a little bit about TD Bank, and then I'll turn it over to her, some of the specifics about lending. But as you were saying, TD Bank is the 8th largest bank in North America. We're fairly new to Tampa. We only have 17 locations in Metro Tampa right now, but we're looking to get to 8, don't worry. And we're really looking to expand in this area. One of the unique things about TD Bank is TD owns TD Canada Trust as well as TD Bank and several other subsidiaries, TD Ameritrade, I'm sure you guys have heard of. But what that allows us to do is run Canadian credit and to actually have a brother or sister bank in different provinces and things like that we can work with. There is no problem with us to call a bank in Toronto or Quebec and say, hey, can you do this for me? And they do the same thing. And they'll, we arrange closings. They arrange closing with us and say, hey, I'm going to have a customer that comes to Tampa to close on this day. Can you facilitate that? Sure. So we have a really, really unique and great opportunity to work with Canadian customers. So again, we just want to talk about that a little bit. And I want to let Lene speak as well, and we're going to kind of bounce off each other. And if you guys have any questions at the end, please feel free to ask. And the thing is, I'm not saying that we will know the answers, but we will find out the answers for you and get back with you. The last thing I'm going to say about TD Bank is we are AAA rated, one of the only bank in the U.S. to still AAA rated, as well as we were rated by Moody's, J.D. Powers as the East Coast best bank. And the reason why is for customer service. I've worked for several banks, I won't say which, but I can tell you without a doubt that TD focuses more on customer service than any bank around. I'm sure other people will say that as well, but J.D. Powers said we do it. I do a great job. So, without ado, Renee.
Again, my name is Lene Pixley. I am the newly appointed RCL.
I can hardly hear that, Michael, if you want to get her closer to the mic there.
I am the newly appointed
Regional
consumer lender for the Pinellas, Pasco, and Hillsborough County with TD Bank. I've been with TD for 6 years, so I know this company in and out, and it's a great company to work for and be a part of. So I do thank you for having me today, and we'll kind of go over some little bit on the power side. So I don't know.
Tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Just
And then thank you
slap me
for my
right there.
YouTube debut today, everybody. A little bit about the company. Eric had said that we are AAA Moody rated, and we have been a community bank for over 50 years. TD Canada Trust is our parent company, as well as Eric said, TD Ameritrade. I don't know if you remember Waterhouse, TD Waterhouse. There's been a lot of growth in this company, and I would pretty much count on seeing some future growth in this area also as well, expanding our branch network in the near future. So we look forward to that opportunity in the Tampa area. We also have, I always like to say we're a full-service financial institution, and there are so many areas of our banking that we can service your client. And with over 1,300 retail stores from Maine to Florida, we get a lot of people from different areas. They're able to, streamline their banking with us, with over 7.4 million customers. And our corporate offices are headquartered out of Portland, Maine, and Cherry Hill, New Jersey. One of the things that Eric and I wanted to bring with to you today is one of the fantastic programs, I have to say, that TD offers that is designed for realtors. And this is called the TD Bank Resource Center, Realtor Resource Center. And what it is, it's a special website just for you once you're registered that you can go in and log into this site and print discounts for your clients. Now this is actually on new purchases, so keep that in mind also, that you would be able to access this site and print a current offer And it does change periodically, but the current offer currently right now is the 0.125 discount off the interest rate. And it does have a lot of resources for you, industry links, and a little bit of information on TD Bank. So if you're sitting with a client and you need to, talk a little bit about TD Bank, and kind of gives you some factual information. And I really think this is a huge thing to be able to physically hand somebody that you're able to offer them a discount with your relationship with TD Bank.
And this is only on
New purchases, yes. Yeah, so not like new home purchases, yeah. So, which makes sense for realtors. You wouldn't see that like in a refi situation or anything like that. But I just always like to preface
So
that.
it's not like older homes that are being sold?
No, it would be on any new deal that you're bringing as a realtor, yeah.
Okay.
It would be a new loan to us.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and I like to, point that out, that it really is a tool that you can offer as an added discount. We do have brochures that I can leave you. Like I said, you can print things off of the internet. The interest rates for our investment properties are also the same as they are for so there's no tiered financing as far as like second home, primary mortgage, and investment properties. So we do have customized jumbo products. And, one of our taglines is America's Most Convenient Bank. So you'll be able to come into our store 7 days a week and sit with one of our lovely representatives. So I don't think anybody can say that today in this area. And again, if you register for it, the website is on the very bottom. And that is at tdbank.com/Realty Resource Center. And if you leave me with your business cards today, before you leave, I can email you an electronic form in this deck that will have all that lovely information too.
That's perfect.
Okay, did you bring some? Okay, we have some presentation material to hand out, brochures. Okay. Next slide, please. These are, this is why TD, why is TD the right choice for your mortgages? We do same-day decisions on new purchases. And if we don't meet that same-day decision, we guarantee that with a $500 discount for your client. We have very extremely rates with our conventional mortgage rates and jumbo rates. And we really are a portfolio lender. And we offer this, it's called Mortgage Rate Guarantee Modification Program, which is a program if you have a loan with us. So if your customer does bank with us for 12 months and has timely payments of 12 months, you can do what's called a rate modification at a very low minimal cost if the rate is below what they originally bought at. So I don't really know of any other banks that are doing that right now in our industry, and I will tell you, to your client, it is very attractive. And when you're sitting with them and you're able to say, they also have a great program for you, it's a rate modification. As a store manager, I was previously a store manager like Eric, and I've actually done this for some clients and really seen a lot of savings for them, not only the monthly payment, but at a minimal cost to them to modify their mortgage. And as no hidden fees or surprises, and we do retain our loans for servicing on our conventional loans. So the only loans that you would see that we won't hold for servicing would be our FHA and VA loans.
You have 30-year terms?
Yes, sir. 30 and 15 years. There's a little bit of, there's a slide on product and like what our products are. Next slide. So this is who we lend to as a foreign national. We are looking at a lot of your clients. If you're selling to Canadians, it sounded like, could be abroad, a variety of different people of nationalities. So I just wanted to demonstrate who this is, and this is our policy as to how we classify what is a permanent resident and a non-resident alien and a Canadian citizen. The one thing that TD as a Canadian customer, I will point out, and I won't go into too much depth on this slide, but I will point out that you have to be a TD Canada Trust customer in order for you to have a mortgage with us. If they're not currently a TD Canada Trust customer, we can still take the application, but we will get them started with an account with them at TD Canada Trust. And most clients don't typically have a problem with that, but that is a requirement, and it is also considered obviously a second home for Canadian residents. Next slide. And this is what we call our cross-border services. This slide talks a little bit about TD Canada Trust in how we service our clients. We do have a 24/7 customer service line, and that is for how we can service our clients from both sides of the border. And with that, there's a designated line that they would call if they do have a mortgage with us here, they have a second mortgage, or they're banking and they're back home, and how they can manage their services from up north, or if they're down here, being able to handle their TD Canada Trust accounts with us. So that's really important for a lot of people because they are going back and forth, between countries, and we try to make it as easy as possible. And I know with the recent changes for RBC, this has become a very big point for us, that we're starting to see a lot of Canadians that are coming over from TD Bank for just financial services for that reason. So I like to just kind of point out that we do have cross-border services also.
And let me point out as well that is a live person you're going to get a hold to. You're not going to get a bunch of dots. You always, when you call TD Bank, you get a live person speaking.
Should I bold it live? It is true, though, and he's got a very good point. And we are really here to, I've had, one thing, my name is French, but I don't speak French, and so I speak only English. But I will say I have really considered taking up French because I've had such a need for it here in the Tampa Bay region. Originally came from New Hampshire.
She's going to give you last. You need
And
French Canadian.
I probably could use some. So, but I lived up in New Hampshire, and even as close as the border, I did not see as many Canadian clients as I have here in Tampa area. So it's pretty amazing to me that the population is far greater down here. So, but with that being said, that is a great service to be able to provide somebody. We've done a lot of that if they've come to the branch. They do have people that speak different languages on those lines also. So, we can get somebody on the phone that's French for them too. Next slide. And this is our big bank local service. Again, talking a little bit about that TD Bank we're here to service you on the spot, 7 days a week. We have live customer service. You can get access on your mortgages for any time. You can go in and see the progress of your mortgage online. We do a lot of communication via our website for our mortgages. Kind of tells you where you're at with your stipulations and the progress that the processor's made and what we may still need to clear out. So at any time you can log in 24/7 into that website and see where the bank is at. You will have your designated processor that comes to you. And one of the things that I love even better than that is, we're all dealing with different people in different departments within a large bank, but you have the branch as your point of contact. So there will always be a store representative that is designated to be your point of contact, and anybody in that store can also, come in if your person's not there that took your application or you're working with. At any point, they can actually look and help and assist you with things on your loan and be that customer service point of touch. So that is a huge, customer service, like Eric said, that we really try to wow our customers and deliver some excellent customer service. And I really think that is the personal touch. And we do use local processors, local title agencies, and we do have local TD Bank approved agencies that we do work with as well. Next slide. Just some of the programs that we offer, our 30-year fixed year rates, we have been fairly competitive in the market. I've seen a definitely historical volume of mortgages right now within that, and we do, our jumbo loan is at 417, and our ARMs will also go up to that, conforming up to 730,000 and $2 million on the jumbo ARM. And that is 1, 5, 1, and 15-1 FHA and VA loan products that we do offer.
Can I make that a point here? Canadians coming down typically can't get much more than a 5-year term. The rates adjust every 5 years. I think they've had some as long as 7. So these 30-year fixed loans are something that really amazes them, especially at the lower interest rates.
I didn't put it in here because it does change periodically. Banks do relook at guidelines and stuff. But our current loan-to-value guideline that we do for Canadian clients is 75% of value. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a competitive loan-to-value. So I know there are some, we've had changes in our guidelines over the time, and I think a lot of people would think through these hard times have looked at that. The next page. And it's our local contact. It's this is Eric's store I put up on the slide, and he is in the Bryan Dairy location, and he is our store manager. There are a couple other contacts with the store that I did put on there, his assistant and FSR, and my information is on there. I'm not at the St. Petersburg downtown branch, so I'm off of 22nd Ave and 4th Street. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, I would love to be able to answer them and help you with any deals that you're working on, and help close that deal for you.
Okay, I've got a deal for you right off the bat. Actually, the client dropped me off here. I was showing them houses this morning, and he is going to be transferring $90,000. I mentioned if he had already done that. He's got a bank draft in Canada, and he's going to buy about a $200,000 home. What would you recommend the strategy on this particular investor? Typically, what a lot of Canadians, and you hear the story of a lot of Canadians come down here and buy cash. What it really means is that they refinance their home in Canada, and then they transfer the money down here. Would you have a different strategy?
Is it a second home, or is it an investment property?
No, he's going to. This is an unusual circumstance, so it's not going to fit everybody else's particular situation. He's a pilot. He flies in the U.S., but he lives in Canada, but he's going to classify this as his principal residence.
As his principal residence, we would only be able to do it on if it was classified as a second home.
So that would be the connection.
Yeah. If it was a second home, then we would be able to do that for normal standard terms, whatever he would like, 15-year, 30-year.
And what is the reason you don't allow him as a principal resident?
Because then
You'd be a U.S. citizen.
right, it would be a U.S. citizen. So at that particular point, if he's if he's dual citizenship, it really comes down to how he's classified.
Yeah, he's a dual citizen.
So that might change things. Yeah.
And typically the rate today for a 30-year fix.
3.75. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we're not talking just Canadians. In other countries, I mean, we deal with countries all over the world, especially the Caribbean, South America, Latin America. I deal with Europe. Do you also deal with them, and how do you handle that? How do they get their money here? What is the flow?
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't do to foreign for investment purposes. We only do with if you have citizenship or not. Like I put the status of non-resident alien. Like if you had a classified status within the states, it's not like foreign overseas investors into the U.S. We don't do loans for that.
No, but somebody who's coming here and moved to the States who's,
working, has like a
Working
working
here,
visa, yeah, then that would be classified in the non-alien resident classification.
they just don't plain Americans like us. We can get along there as well.
Most definitely.
I know that we are in USA, but we are in Tampa where you get a lot of Spanish speaking, and even if they speak English, they feel a lot better when they're dealing with the loan officers that they can, either one party doesn't speak the language or the other. Do you have Spanish speaking,
Yes.
bilingual?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do have bilingual contacts in the area. You would just have to let us know and work with Eric and on making sure we have that person available when you need them.
And that's one thing I was going to mention or add on as well. One of the good things about us is we really try to minimize that, and what I mean by that is instead of you, a loan processor dealing with that person, they let me do it. So I'll take care of everything you need, or Mr. Doyle will, or Mr. Butson will, and we really try to facilitate the loan, get everything we need, rather than having the customer run around doing this and doing that. So things get done quicker. I hesitate to say this because I don't want to be an expectation, but I just got a loan closed in 18 days. That was,
Wow.
I mean, because they had everything up front, and what they didn't have, I called and said, hey, let me get a hold of this, rather than the loan processor calling them, and just we take care of it for you. Okay?
finance duplex or condo? Or?
We do condos as well. Yeah.
Now, you have your banks are located, for me, the south. We live up in Land O'Lakes, so ideally Land O'Lakes, which is north of here. Not that far north, but it's a good half hour, 45 minutes. Do you have any banks coming up Tampa, North Tampa?
Western Chapel.
Western Chapel.
Western, oh, okay.
Yes.
Just north of the line, but I'm down there.
Okay.
What about
Miss
Brandon?
Brandon.
Did I just see something?
Yeah,
You're
they're right
becoming
there.
one.
No,
We have a branch in Brandon as well.
So you
You know
can
where
go
located?
Lumsden, and I believe it's the Parkway. Like,
Oh, yeah. Okay. No wonder. I remember seeing it. I know, and I'm saying, boy, did I see that?
yeah.
Does anybody else have?
They have one on 56 right there by New Tampa, too.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, I have one. The focus of the presentation was on home loans residential. Do you do commercial?
We do commercial, and we can do commercial for investment purposes for Canadian clients. And we would not be able to do investment purposes on residential, on consumer, personal, but we can do that on the commercial side.
You're saying only for Canadian?
Yeah, they don't do with
Commercial
Yeah, we don't
only.
do Canadian only, yeah. And that would be as well.
What's your credit limit for considering the regular residential loan?
It's for, you mean
Like the
the
minimum.
tier?
Yeah.
That just changed today to, I believe it was 685.
Okay.
Yeah, we just changed it yesterday, so I apologize, I don't have that, but I believe it was 685 for the 75 Canadian cutoff. I didn't hear that.
I have another question about properties, about U.S. citizens wanting to purchase a second home in Belize, in Brazil. Is such a product available?
Not that I know of, but we can talk HELOCs or something, and do creative financing, as I always like to say, where you're doing taking the equity out of your home and purchasing cash. You can't assume additional property with a HELOC.
It's like the Canadians are doing.
It's exactly, yeah. And uniquely, I mean, this is a little bit kind of out of the box right now for, we can also do, you mentioned Canadians are coming in, they're buying the properties for cash. We are seeing a very large fluctuation of HELOC loans also because of that. So what they're doing is they're able to recoup up to, depending on the property value, up to 89.9% of the equity in the home. So there is a lot of leeway for people when they decide to come in and do cash deals. So if you happen to be working with somebody on a regular basis and they are doing some cash deals, we could look at some HELOC options also. And what's really nice about that is the turnaround time is fantastic because you're not, as soon as it's recorded, we can lend on it. So there's not like we needed you to hold it for 6 months before we can do a loan on that. So that's actually another great feature also.
Fantastic.
Just further to that question, I was talking with this client. I'm recommending that he, finance as much as he can down here, and just bring the minimum down from Canada. Is that a wise choice, or is that good advice?
Well, I'm not a financial planner. So let me just preface by saying that. I mean, you would think about like interest rates, comparing interest rates and what your return on investment, and if he's got it invested in other places and what he was going to be able to return on that and what you're paying the bank. So, yeah, I think that rates are really low. They're a historically low rate. And I know a lot of times with, foreign are looking at as, the conversion and the dollars, and really that's very important for them too. So, that would be something who I would probably refer you to a financial planner to sit down and weigh out all your options as far as what your assets are and versus what would make sense, how much cash should I put down, or would it make more sense to take a larger lien out on the property?
I realize that you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And we've been leveraging in America way too much, but I think more Canadians or people investing, with the currency issues and the differences, it's probably not a bad move. But in any case, that's my opinion, and everybody has their own, and they don't necessarily agree with mine.
Okay, is that it?
Thank you. And I apologize, I don't have any business cards to hand out. I am recently in this position, so I don't have my new cards yet.
I will be getting you my cards as well as a flyer with.
So, thank you.
Thank you.
I didn't even think I'd get it. No, I give my name and number in there.
Hello, Michael. Michael, are you there?
During the week, almost all of our branches.
I'm just wondering if I can do a little 2-minute commercial before everything ends.
Okay, we got a couple more things going, but yeah, go ahead, Gary.
Okay, is everyone able to hear me down there? Michael?
Yes.
Oh, everyone can hear there? Okay, just had a short little presentation. Really enjoyed that. And by the way, I want to compliment TD too, because my bank is actually TD as well, and there's nothing but good service from them, opening in terms of opening hours, people, and the whole works, and it's always been smooth. And if there ever was a small problem, it was immediately looked after, which is what was important to me. And so yeah, that's feel right at home there. Just like we can come down there, just like we are here when it's TD. It's actually going to make Canadians, I think, feel very, very comfortable kind of doing business down there. So that was good on your part, Michael, to be doing this little session here. I'm just going to point out a couple things that for resource purposes, if everyone can mark down iciworld.us, and the reason for that is that the haves and wants worldwide for Florida are right here. If people go to iciworld.us and simply click on the Florida, this is part of our little commercial of helping you to network your haves and wants worldwide. You click on that, and up comes the listings. And there's many, many different ways that you can search these listings here on ICI World. And, you know, if you have a $3.9 million waterfront estate, bingo, you just kind of place it right on here. People can see it, pick up the phone, and give you a call. It's all about generating a lead today. If you can generate a lead today, you have a chance to have a showing today, then you got a chance to make money today. I found it interesting at the beginning when you were all networking with each other and saying that you speak different languages, because that ties in line with networking worldwide. And you're absolutely right, people. People want to know if they can feel a little bit of comfort of dealing with people that speak these different languages. So we actually have a language button on our network, and I'm just clicking on Spanish just for the sake of argument. All of these people, for instance, speak Spanish on our network, and you can actually pick a language that they speak, and you can pick a location of where they're working. So this can help people deal with you in some of the strengths of the things that you kind of do.
Gary,
yes, sir?
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Sure, shoot.
Were you trying to put this on the screen?
Oh, my God, I didn't have it on the screen?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay, sorry. I'll leave it like that for now because I don't want to use up more time talking about the same thing, but you can actually see it.
Give us that email, website address again, please.
It's iciworld.us.
ICI World.
Actually, if you go to iciworld.com, ICI stands for Industrial, Commercial, and Investment World. So it's ICI World, which is all one word, .com. And I could actually do it very quickly. How far are you on schedule, Michael, or how's your time there?
We only have 15 minutes to go.
And how much time do you need, Michael?
Kathy?
Well, we do have other issues. You know, we have to talk with other people. What is it we're going to
You
do?
just wanted to know if you should display it on the screen.
Oh, please.
Yeah, go ahead. She said you
Okay.
got time.
All right, here we go. Are you able to see my screen at the moment? Can you see the screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so this is the iciworld.com site. When you come down the page, you'll see that you can go to all of these various different countries around the world. So if you have properties in the Caribbean, you just have to click on that, and bingo, up comes this page, and you're going to see networking going on here. I'm going to click on the Caribbean and Central America, for instance, and when you click on that, you're going to see all of these listings coming up, and people literally can just click on one of these buttons. This is on the internet where there's 2 billion people. There it is. They can pick up the phone and call you. It's that fast on the internet. So if you look at the ocean outside your window out there, there's a lot of fish in the ocean, and we sort of compare marketing a little bit like fishing. There's a lot of people on the ocean out here on the internet, and we're sort of one of the major boats out here on the internet that help your fishing for new leads and clients. You'll also notice there's a database number 2. These are information placed by the public, absolutely free, when you're a member, you can deal with all these people. These are all listings posted by the public that you can be networking with these people, whether it's St. Martin, Belize, Panama, Caribbean, you just name it. It's all happening here, and people are connecting in, and we're just excited to be on the ground floor helping organizations like yourself get together on doing this kind of stuff. So that's just a basic introduction to everything here. There are little websites which we recommend that you have, and we can always kind of show that later. There's a picture of me, so you know who we're talking to, and you can go on to LinkedIn and search Gary Nuska and make sure that you ask me to be your friend. I'd like to be all your friends. And we can maybe help you do business someday. That's it for me. Thank you so much, people.
Okay, thanks, Gary.
Are we done?
Okay, I'm gonna. Is there more to record, David? Michael?
Well, now we'd like to talk about, what we'd like to do is also give a moment to people who have listings or would like to put some input into the meeting. Does anybody right now, do you have that property in Vietnam, do you not? Thailand. Thailand. Want to tell us about that, please?
Just 1 second before you do. I'm so sorry to jump in, but I can bring that property up on the internet if she has a website.
Do you have a website?
Yeah, but that's his MLS database.
It's an MLS database.
But
Is
it's
that?
not in that one. I think we put it on last time we were here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already on there, Gary.
Oh, do you want me to bring it up, or should I end the session now? It's up to you what I should do.
No, bring it up. That's fine. That would be great. Bring it up, please.
Okay, let me see if I can do that. Thank you. And I'll just need the address here in a moment. In fact, maybe what I'll do is I'll let you type it in. If you want, I'm going to let you type it in up here,
It's on
Michael.
the ICI World. Hey,
Oh,
Gary,
it is. Oh, okay then.
It's on the ICI, but we did it last time we did a webinar, that practice one.
All right then. So in other words, if I just go and I can actually just search Thailand,
Yes,
is that where it is?
that is correct.
Okay, one way to do it is just to search the subject line to see if it comes up. Let's try it. Bingo, there it is. And bingo, there it is. And it's on the screen. This the one for $5 million and different things. Okay, carry on, people.
Yeah, there's one area that we put in incorrectly. Maybe we could change it for that particular locale, wasn't it? There was one piece of information.
Island, COH.
It's actually, what is it, COH?
Yeah, and the second word is CHANG. So maybe we need to change that.
Okay. All right. We'll just leave it as it is. But, that's pretty amazing. There it is. We put that in, a couple of months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It's a few months.
It should be updated every 30 days, but that's up to you.
Okay. We have another gentleman here that has something. Please.
My name is Efrain Jovel, and I have 11 farms in Brazil, biofuel producing farms that I have listed for at least a year that I'm interested in marketing more.
So now we've got people who want to post. Michael can do that. You can get them posted.
And, I can set them up with Gary to have their own account, or, you start off by having to go through mine, and you can see what response you get. It's going to be no cost. What is the cost, Gary, of setting up their own account through ICI World?
It's just $240 per year. It's called the corporate special that we provide to organizations and groups like yourselves. Normally it's $360 with HST, but in US it's $319. But we're doing it for $240 as a special. If you just mention Michael's name, if and when you give us a call, that's good enough.
Do you get that?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
But like I say, I'll be happy to put them on there. The only problem is that you're going to have to give me a referral fee because I'm going to get the calls. But let's face it, 100% of nothing is how much? Zero.
We can actually add it on right now. I can show you how easy it is if you wish.
So, do we have
Yeah,
time
we'll
to do
make
that?
time.
Okay.
We'll make time.
All right. Come on up here and you can speak into the microphone, and then we will be able to.
You needed my website?
No, what I'd like to start with is, first of all, where is the property in terms of a city and a state or province or country?
Okay. Brazil. Brazil, the state of Mato Grosso.
Brazil is fine. And what kind of property do you have? I'm following the guideline of these 4 ingredients, people, right there. The location we got, Brazil, that's good enough for now. If someone's interested, they'll give you a call. The type of property?
No, it's a farm.
Okay, and the size? How many acres or hectares?
Well, I have 11, so let me shoot for one. 60,000 acres.
It's 11 acres, though. Is that correct?
60,000.
And there are 11 items. He has 11 listings.
Right.
Separate.
Oh, what we do is we put in one listing at a time.
I imagine so.
Or if you want to say you have 11 listings, hang on, 11 listings, what kinds of properties?
No, I think let's focus on one, so that we can, one particular listing. Do you wanna?
Okay.
Farmland.
Farmland, yes.
Okay, farmland. Okay, how many acres?
60,000.
60,000 acres. We've had 18,000 acres in Brazil, in Peru, sold through this service. Okay,
Really?
get excited, get excited. 60,000 acres, what else? And how much is the total price, please?
Well, 35 million.
Okay, we've got that covered. And why should anybody buy it?
Well, it has about 45% of it with soybean production.
Okay. Any other reason? And what are they going to do with it? Are they just going to farm it, or is it good for other things?
Well, it's good for any other production of grain, sugar cane.
Okay, good for sugar cane. Okay. By the way, how far is this from either Rio or
It's the west.
Rio or Salvador? Like how far is it from one of those places?
I would say about 3,000 miles west of Rio.
Okay, so you're sort of much closer over to Bolivia.
Right, exactly. I'm very close to the
Oopsie daisy.
the Peruvian and the Amazon area.
Okay, so close to the Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay. Farmland. Okay. All right. Good for sugarcane. Anything else? Anything else we can say to trigger interest from someone? You have 160 characters to say anything you want. Maybe other people in the room can help you come up with a reason why somebody could be interested to call you.
All right.
Yeah, the farm has a big, a large, how do you call it? No, I'm talking about the home,
The house itself.
the house itself. I mean, I would guess that it's let's say a 5,000 square foot place.
Oh my God, it's huge.
Yeah, with all the amenities for that purpose, but it also has about 10 different multi-family structures for the workers and the people that help there.
So it's its own little city almost, its own little
Yeah,
town.
it's big. Yeah.
Okay, how's that?
That's great.
Okay, so that's just now for that. Hang on. So what we actually do here is we're going to go to, hang on one second. We go to South America. Click on Brazil. We've got that. Okay, and we go right to farmland. We got it. Farmland, Brazil, 35 million. It's mainly just to trigger interest. You just want to trigger people to give you a call.
Right.
And that's when you go to work and qualify the people first, whether or not they're really serious. Bingo. You pop that in there. Is there anything else you want to say about it?
Would you say farmland/agriculture or just farmland? How would you list that?
Well, this is an agricultural
I would say more agricultural
land.
farm.
Okay. Agricultural farmland. Got it.
Model, it is not, no.
You can come back and modify this listing and add to it. And did you have a website as well?
Yeah, it's www.jovelhomes.com, Jovel homes.com.
Okay. Hang on one second. Okay, is it okay to link to this, Michael?
Yeah, if you go to the
Sorry,
land to the lots and land.
Yes. Wait a minute. Hang on. Lots and land right here.
Right.
Okay.
That will give you access to all this. And,
Okay.
35 million, I think, is the one on the top of that.
All right, let me just go back. I just wanted to see what's going on here. Is this the one here? 35 million? Let me click on it.
That's right.
Okay. So that's it right there. Is that correct? Okay, so that's the link. That's the link for the land. What I do is I right-click and I copy that. I come back to ICI World here. And where did I put the listing? Hang on one second. I thought I had it handy. Whoopsie daisy. Sorry, people. Oh, there it is there. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to click on Add Link here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where that link can go, right in there. And what I can say here is click here for more for photos and more details. How's that? And we pop the link right in there. Go down to the bottom of the page. And Michael, what should we choose here? You'll notice, people, that you can work open and exclusive listings around the world. As a matter of fact, out of 30,000 listings, we only have about 5,000 that are on MLS being advertised. The rest are exclusive listings.
Which one MLS do?
He has it on MLS as well.
Okay, do you want to put MLS there?
Sure.
All right. And actually, what I'm going to say is, are you a broker as well?
No, I'm an agent.
Yeah, an agent. Okay, so do you see down here, I'm going to suggest, you see where it says down here, Michael, through other broker?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm going to suggest we use that.
All right.
All right. And the last question is, will you allow your listings to be advertised on other brokers' websites? We always recommend yes. That means that every listing on ICI World can be on each of your websites. You can actually have the listings from here on your website. Here we go. We click on Submit. Bingity boom. And there it is. If we were to click on Latest World to see what it looks like on the left, it should be the one right on top. There it is, Brazil, close to Amazon. I spelled Amazon wrong, but I can fix that. Hang on. And you'll see it. And then when people see the listing, bingo, they can click on the link, and up comes all the properties. Now you tell me if that isn't fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
It's actually fantastic that you're 1,500 miles away and we're going through a presentation like you're right beside us, Gary. It's great.
it's the way it is, and we can do this for every one of you individually in your home offices or business offices. I'm just going to do one quick search in database number 2, and the reason I want to do that is because we have buyers maybe for there right now. I'm going to go to Advanced, and I'm actually going to click on Brazil down here. South America, I'm going to choose, this is our database number 2, Brazil, and I'm just going to search everything in Brazil to see what the universe is. And if I did that search, let's see how quickly it can come up. We're actually got a new server coming online. There it is. There's some of the haves and wants online. I don't know if anybody else can see that. But there's Brazil Timberland right there, for instance. If I was to click on that, see who's got it. I have a client looking for large timberland parcel.
Okay.
Okay, wanted $1 billion type projects, wanted worldwide. Seeking investors to build an ecological hotel in the Amazon forest. Somebody else is looking for investors. De Picas, Mato Grosso, you know that place?
Not the specific place, no.
But you've heard of it though, eh?
Yeah.
Apiacus or Alta Floresta. There it is. Okay, anyways, I just wanted to show you that in passing. So that's an idea how you can be putting listings on ICI World from any place in the world. Oh, back to you, Michael.
All right, I have a question. Back to me. I'm Kathy Scruggs, and I'm the chair of the International Council, and Mike was very kind to let us use his website. It's called a website?
Well, it's Gary's website.
Gary's website,
But his
and yours.
technology with the,
But the 200 and something you charge. I don't know yet if we can do it, but if it's possible, and I have to check here first, or second, I want to find out if we can do it at the office here, to have our international so that we can have our own, so that everybody in the international family here could put their websites on it and use it under one, we come in somehow through the company, through here.
Yes, the answer is yes. We call it a search matrix, and I can demonstrate that at another time. Maybe now is not the best time because there's a lot to it, but the answer is yes.
Okay, we're going to work on that the next time.
Okay.
And that's 200 and how much a year?
It's just $240 per year, and if you're not generating leads within 3 months, you call me. Everybody makes connections to do business here. As a matter of fact, we have how to generate leads on the internet is actually our specialty, and there's a seminar that I'm doing the day after tomorrow right there. You can see all the stuff that we're teaching.
Okay. All right, well, thank you very, very much. We're going to have to close. I believe we're done.
Okay.
Our 4 o'clock is up, and we're at 4:04. Thank you very much, Gary, and we hope to talk to you next month.
Okay, sounds good. And Michael, did you want to finish it off before I stop the recording?
well, I'd just like to thank everybody that participated in this program today. I think that it was educational and very informative, and hopefully somebody's got an idea that they'll be able to make a referral commission or get a sale. And thank you, Gary, for your contribution and your insight. And this is amazing what he's done. And like this isn't something he just pulled out. He's been doing this for over 20 years. How many years was it, Gary?
Well, we were the first ones on the internet in 1994.
So it's not a big flash like some of these companies, but that's it for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Okay.
very much. Thank you.
Have a great